What is up, YouTube's Mountain Man Magic, and we have our August review video where we're going to go through the highlights from August, which were only a couple things. There was the Ravnica spoilers, which just kicked off and are pretty exciting, and drama! So much drama on the Pro Tour especially. Like, what is the deal? You know what? I'm not getting into it to any extent. I'm not bringing up specifics. I'm not jumping on any grandstand bandwagon. I'm here to laugh and to draft. That's my motto. Laughing and drafting, Mountain Man Magic style. All I'll say is if you get involved in drama, it becomes pretty all-consuming fairly quickly. It brings out the worst in people. I don't think it reflects well on the community in general. It's something that I just want to actively avoid. If I ever have a real problem with someone, if I ever get anywhere near big enough to be involved with some type of drama, I hope that I take care of that privately in a private manner, because I find this mudslinging is only done for two reasons. One is you just want to put this person on blast and you hope that it brings them down and you don't care about any blowback that comes on you regardless of if it's justified, or two, you just want attention. Either way, everyone ends up dirty. It doesn't, again, look good for anyone or the community. It's all bad. So I'm trying to just avoid it at all cost. It just feels... Now, let's move on. Thankfully, we are officially in Guilds of Ravnica spoiler season, which I am so excited for because I love new sets, and Wizards did a pretty cool thing where they had a YouTube stream where they announced all of the mechanics across the 5 guilds that are in Guilds of Ravnica. The only mechanic coming back is for Selesnya, which is green and white. They get Convoke, which basically means you can tap a creature to help pay for a creature with Convoke. And you can tap that creature to pay for a colorless or a color of that creature card. So if you have a Llanowar Elves, you could use its ability to tap and add green, or tap the Llanowar Elves itself to add a green mana. My initial impression is that this is going to give Selesnya the highest risk, highest reward type mechanic. They can build their board out pretty quick, but the issue is if you have to tap your creatures down to play your bigger stuff, you're going to be more susceptible to blowouts, and blue might have a field day with this. We got to wait and see how many counters and bounce effects spells there are. But they also teased in the video that Convoke is going to have additional abilities, like for each creature that convoked this or was involved in convoking, or if you tap this to convoke another spell, something like that. So maybe it won't help there be such a huge drawback, such a high risk, and help maximize those rewards. We'll wait and see. Either way, I'm excited to see the cards that get spoiled with this new mechanic, see how they're playing with it. Next, they talked about Boros, which is red and white, the classic aggro deck. And their new mechanic is Mentor. So if you attack with a creature that has Mentor, you may put a 1/1 counter on a creature with less power. So you swing with a 3/3 that has Mentor, say you have a 2/2 right next to it, that 2/2 becomes a 3/3. Basically, it's helping someone who goes wide to not get outscaled super quickly. It's also going to be an issue if someone's trying to line up perfect blocks or blocks where they just trade. I'm curious to see how many creatures have haste and if there's any strategies around not playing your haste creatures until your mentor can attack with them. Basically, your mentor gives you a pump spell every turn, and if you're able to go wide quickly, your opponent's probably going to need a heroic intervention to deal with that onslaught. What? Next was Dimir, which is blue and black, and they have a new mechanic called Surveil, which sounds pretty cool. It's like Scry, but instead of scrying to the top or bottom of your deck, you now surveil to the top of your deck or the graveyard. And they did say that there's going to be cards that have Surveil 1, Surveil 2, Surveil 3, but they did not say what the max Surveil number would be. So that could be, maybe there's a Surveil 10, who knows, could be crazy. Next up is Izzet, which is red and blue, a personal favorite of mine, big fan of the Izzet color combo, and their new mechanic is Jumpstart. That's a terrible name. Jumpstart is what I think of when someone needs to get their car working because it's been stuck in a parking lot for 3 weeks and hasn't moved. At least the mechanic itself is cool. So Jumpstart, if a card is in your graveyard, instant or sorcery with the Jumpstart ability, you can discard a card from your hand to then cast the Jumpstarted card. You have to pay for the Jumpstart mana cost. Is it going to have some good synergies with it? Is it going to be good to discard a card with Jumpstart to play a card with Jumpstart? Ha 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 ha. Okay, you're done. And last but not least is Golgari, which is green and black, and they have probably the best name of the mechanics, Undergrowth. Perfect for black and green. Undergrowth. Nailed it. This mechanic had the least amount of detail given out about it, but basically it's going to care about the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So this definitely seems like something that can work with the Izzet or Surveiling that you're doing. Who knows? Definitely excited to see this, and it makes me think, please, please have good zombie cards. Wizards also went into some of the cards that are going to be in the guild kits. Now, guild kits are a supplemental product which have new cards and reprints in them. The reprints are not standard legal, which is kind of unfortunate because they're pretty epic and they have amazing art like this. I mean, that's beautiful. That is a nice looking card. I'll tell you what. Now, someone may ask, is Surveil better or worse than Scry, or is Jumpstart better or worse than Flashback? And I think in the grand scheme of things, there's going to be situations where either are better or worse. But in this set, it sounds like Surveil is going to be better than Scry, and Flashback would not be quite as good as Jumpstart, because there's going to be enough situations where you're probably going to want to either put a card in the graveyard or be able to benefit from that card being in the graveyard, or having to discard it versus putting it on the bottom of your deck is going to offer you the opportunity to have access to more cards, more spells. So from a high level, just first approach, first look, gut reaction to all these mechanics, I think they did a really good job of making them work together, be complementary to each other, and give you a lot of options. I'm hoping when you're drafting or building a sealed deck to really try and find some fun opportunities and strategies to make your deck work. And now we can just all band together, get excited for Guilds of Ravnica's spoilers, and just be excited for Guilds of Ravnica being a great set. And I wonder, is it going to live up to the hype? Nope, not doing that again. We'll see you in the next video. Peace. And I almost forgot, if you go on tcgplayer.com and you look at their pre-release kits, under what's included, there's a code card. Now, no one knows what's in it, but we could start to speculate, and feel free to do so in the comments, what you think it's going to be. Is it something to do with MTGO? Is it a new phone app?